immediately once he passed the law. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's 8-4 for the penalty. The state chose not to drop the penalty, and she wanted to file a motion to implement that. She wanted to go underneath these new guidelines. So it has Florida's governor made this new law. It's for anybody.
Literally.
Not just for Melly. It's for anybody who is currently having a penalty case. So is it fair? No.
Absolutely not.
It's basically like a decision from the that was someone who really did deserve the penalty, but that's nor here nor there. So yeah, today we had more jury selection because the jury panel had to get penalty qualified.
Oh yeah.
So that's what we did today.
With YNW Melly's mom and brother announcing the start of his trial, we're beginning to see the evidence that will destroy his rap career. Now here's what you need to know. On the first day of trial, it was announced, judge lowers threshold for the penalty for YNW Melly if he is convicted, by granting a motion to allow jurors to recommend the penalty sentence with an 8-4 vote instead of the usual 12-0 vote. Now around 6 months ago, the entire rap world was celebrating the fact that the penalty was taken off of the table for YNW Melly in this case, meaning the absolute worst case is life in prison. However, in the first day of trial, the judge now decides to put it back on the table and now make it really easy to happen. Then to follow it up today, in the new court files, it was released sharing something concerning, as the headlines of the new papers filed by Melly's lawyers state, motion to request enforced discovery cutoff, with details stating, on or about April 10th, 2023, jury selection on this matter commenced. On April 14th, 2023, the state of Florida filed an 18-page report pertaining to forensic testing on the vehicle subject matter to this case. Then again on May 12th, 2023, the state of Florida filed supplemental discovery adding 3 new witnesses. Then again on May 12th, 2023, the state would file a 68-page report on the crash date system in the vehicle where Sakchaser and Juvy are believed to have been affected, along with 2 additional supplemental reports authored by Detective Williams. Now this is all very concerning as well as a little confusing. For context on what this means, right when the jury was selected and trial was set to begin, the feds would slam a 68-page report that has never been seen before of evidence on YNW Melly to the judge. In doing so, this gives now Melly's lawyers 0 time to create defenses for Melly against this new evidence. Now a comment on this new report would go viral, and it states, and I quote, "They are trying to make YNW Melly run out of money. They always do this to people that have reputable lawyers that cost a lot of money. You are not going to beat the case if you cannot afford the good lawyer anymore. Melly's been having to pay for that extremely expensive lawyer for the last 5 years, and he has not been able to go out and make more money. I don't think YNW Melly is innocent, but he still does deserve a fair trial." If this was not bad enough, the prosecutors would also share new details in Sakchaser and Juvy's passing. Detective Christopher Williams announced in court when the 4 YNW affiliates were leaving the recording studio on October 26, 2018, YNW Bortland would drive the vehicle into an empty parking lot on his own. He would then drive into the furthest back corner. This would be away from any surrounding homes and or witnesses. Now the feds believe that Melly and Bortland already created this plan prior to even getting inside of the vehicle. This is why Bortland knew exactly where to drive the car. Once arriving to the furthest back corner, YNW Bortland's job was then allegedly to create a distraction inside of the car. Meanwhile, YNW Melly would do the act towards Juvy and Sakchaser from the back seat. As after this was complete, GPS evidence tracked through YNW Melly's cell phone would realize that Melly and Bortland sat in this vehicle for roughly 40 minutes, not moving, just sitting in park. This was, however, until YNW Melly mysteriously hopped out of the vehicle, walked around it in a circle twice, and then began sprinting home on foot. In doing so would leave Sakchaser and Juvy to be driven to the hospital by YNW Bortland all by himself, which is the complete opposite of what YNW Bortland said happened, as on the night of October 26, 2018, when YNW Bortland drove Sakchaser and Juvy to the local hospital, he would be arrested at the scene of the hospital because he just drove two of these guys in critical to the drop-off station. Then after 2 hours, YNW Bortland would be taken into a small room and the feds would begin asking him questions on what just happened to these two individuals. This is how it went.
And I'm driving, ducking for my life, trying to make sure I don't get hit. And you telling me, you telling me about some shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. I'm driving. I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna be worried about? You know what I'm saying?
I know it's not for you to worry about.
Shit crazy, bro.
But if you tell me it happened there's got to be some evidence there. There's going to be broken glass, just like there's broken glass over here when you guys open the doors and stuff like that. Okay, there's going to be broken glass over there when the windows got out. There's going to be casings from the people at your car. Okay, there's going to be evidence over there. Okay, right now there's nothing. I kind of think I know what happened because I got information.
With the feds obviously not buying a single thing that YNW Bortland just said to them, it would not be that much longer until Melly and Bortland would finally be arrested for being connected to this crime. However, 4 months into their jail time, YNW Bortland would be released on bail, leaving YNW Melly in lockup all by himself, leaving many to believe that YNW Bortland may have snitched on Melly. However, the truth was that they found significant evidence to prove that YNW Melly most likely have committed this crime. Now, to find the truth, they had to go out and find motives. Why would YNW Melly want to do this crime? After months of research, they realized that days before the passing of Sakchaser and Juvy, YNW Sakchaser was caught by YNW Melly for messing around with Melly's at the time girlfriend. And here's where it starts to get a little strange. Now, the feds would go on to ask YNW Melly's ex-girlfriend for a deposition, an interview of sorts, asking her questions like, did she have any relationship with Sakchaser? Now, she would go on to decline. She wanted no part in this YNW Melly case at all. She wanted to be left alone and focus on her schooling. However, the ex-girlfriend's mom had some arrest warrants. Now, this would make her a target for the feds, with the feds finding her and saying that if you do a deposition, they will lessen the crimes that she has committed before. Now, this was a no-brainer for her. So the ex-girlfriend's mom sits down for a deposition. During the interview, the police officer asks her, were you aware that Sakchaser sent your daughter some rather special type of photos? Where she responds, yes, I am. He asks, you saw those pictures? She replies, I didn't see them, but she did call me. They came over. She was in Tallahassee during that time, and she told me about them. This could have easily be seen as a motive for YNW Melly to commit this act. Not only did Sakchaser just do this by going behind his back and going towards his girlfriend, but also going at the extreme lengths that he did definitely made YNW Melly build up some sort of anger towards Sakchaser. However, it would also be at this moment where the next motive would be revealed. Now, it was revealed that YNW Sakchaser was set to receive $200,000 from YNW Melly and his record label 300 Entertainment. However, just prior to YNW Sakchaser getting offered this record deal and signing, YNW Melly's mom would post this video on her Facebook.
Show me text messages from Sakchaser, all her friends, and all these people. Like, he's about this life. But I'm saying, like, who you ever out at? What you ever did? You couldn't even take charge. If you don't sit your down and don't ever come for me, because my credentials is real. It ain't even a joke. So don't ever try to come for me, because I don't even play them type of games. Like, what you got that I ain't got? Oh, you your look. I got big. At the end of the day, Melly is my child.
Now this would create a real mystery for law enforcement. Melly has stated millions of times that his mother is the most important thing in his life. Someone goes after her, there could be a motive to retaliate. Now knowing that Sakchaser was going for YNW Melly's girlfriend at the time, and now also having some sort of complications with his mother, the police needed to find answers. So to do so, they attempted to subpoena the record label. This is known as 300 Entertainment, and they went to them directly. However, the detective explained that the company refused to honor their subpoena, making things very strange. Now the feds would then go on to ask YNW Sakchaser's mother, Jana Thompson, to ask about the record deal, the $200,000 payment, and she had some answers. During her March 2022 deposition, she would specify she didn't know exactly who the alleged payment was from or what it was for, but she did reveal that her son Sakchaser reached out to her a few days before he sadly passed, where she would go on to say, "My son hysterically called me." She said, "He was very concerned about my whereabouts. He was concerned about his sister's whereabouts, and he seemed just very concerned, like something is gonna happen to us. And then he told me that he would not get his money." She continued saying, "He said, I'm probably not gonna get my $200,000. I'm probably not even gonna get my money." Now, whether or not that he realized he was not gonna get this record deal due to the fact that he was going after YNW Melly's girlfriend or his mom, or both of them, is still yet to be confirmed by the courtroom. However, the first day of trial would also continue to be uncomfortable for Melly and his camp, as allegedly the judge would ask YNW Melly why he tried breaking out of jail. The Broward County Jail where YNW Melly is currently locked up would go on to do an interview with Complex, and they mentioned in court on April 11th, 2022, the Broward Sheriff's Office received a confidential tip regarding inmates Nicholas Lewis and Jamal Demons, both housed in the same unit at the main jail, planning an escape from jail by having Demons' attorney bring in 2 handcuff keys to assist them with the escape. Additional information provided by the source was that Lewis had an illegal item in jail, as well as narcotics that were not prescribed to him. We would even see YNW Melly's mom react to this new information while she was at work.
Okay, so I'm at work and I just seen this crazy story. First of all, this is just another tactic for them to try to literally just tarnish my son's character and everything. They do not want him having attorney visits in person, which will cause for ineffective counsel. So we went to court for that. And they took his phone calls and they have him locked down. They had no evidence whatsoever that his attorneys did anything wrong to prove these accusations, but they knew it would get picked up by the media. So when we get ready to pick a jury, hopefully within the next 2 weeks, it's gonna be, oh, this kid tried to escape. Oh, this kid tried to do all these things. This is all fake because they do not have a case.
As in the video, Melly's mom mentions how the feds have very little evidence against Melly. The prosecutors are allegedly trying to just make him look bad in front of the jury, saying that he's trying to escape jail. We would even see Melly's music manager, known as 100K Track, defend Melly's mom in this situation, stating that Melly has good defenses on his side.
He built a real great solid team away from just being innocent, because he wouldn't do such a crime. He prepared himself and got a proper, defense. Their job is to handle themselves in trial, not on social media. You guys are taking it that way. If they say they got DNA in a car, I'm just gonna tell you, Melly DNA was found in the car. You're gonna think, yeah, his DNA was found in the car the day of the. Oh, he jumped in a car and his DNA was in the car. He did it, okay? But you're not gonna put the fact that this was his car for 6-7 months on those documents and dockets and just automatically be like, yo, he's fried. You don't even know what the defense is. You don't even know what the rebuttal is. You don't even know why that situation occurred. You hear ballistics flying, you don't know what the defense is. You hear this, you hear that. You get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest.
With Melly's side stating that there is little evidence and they have great defenses, and even the prosecutors revealing they have so much evidence they can build a book out of it, many YNW Melly fans still didn't even feel the trial was real yet. This was until Melly's brother B Slime would share this on Instagram just a week ago.
Has officially started as of today. He is chilling in jury selection as we speak on this live right now. Crazy. It took way too long. yeah. I'm gonna just let y'all know just like that, you know what I'm saying, to the 1,600 people that's in here right now. Bro, trial is started today. There's no more free Melly. I swear to God.